What's up, everyone? It's me, Sir Fuzzy, bringing you some building content for Minecraft. Keep looking forward to more content like this. There will be a lot of building content coming out. I have a lot planned. We also have a lot to do, so let's get into what this map is specifically. So we're gonna go into some detail behind the scenes here. I have been building maps for basically ever since Minecraft came out, and it's been a side hobby of mine. I've never released maps. I've never been confident enough to release maps. Now, I'm still not confident, but we're gonna try it. We're just gonna get it out there. I believe I have some good ideas, good story, which I do want to get into. We are going to be treading lightly with a lot of this stuff. I don't want to step on any toes. I don't know what legal terms. I've tried to look it up. It is so vague in ownership and IPs. This series that I'm going to create is going to revolve around a big part of what Minecraft was with the Mayanite series. If you never heard of it, please go check it out. It is an awesome series that kind of brings, it's essentially these gods into Minecraft, but it was actual players that were acting. So it was like a live action thing. And some bigger YouTubers were out there playing this map, and some crazy stuff happens. I would really recommend watching. I'm not recommending any streams specifically because all of them were great. I enjoyed every stream that I watched. But going a little off topic, this is something that I'm going to hint towards the Mayanite series until I release the bigger map. Now, I don't want to say anything farther because I haven't really fleshed anything out, and legal stuff, I don't want to step on any toes and start to get into legal problems. So I'm just trying to feel the waters out here and see what is even possible with this. I can guarantee things are going to change. We're going to have problems that we have to work around. So I'm willing to do it. I just got to start. Got to start somewhere. So this is where we are. We are starting here. Now, this is not the map that I'm talking about for the Mayanite series. This is a mini game that we will most likely see in the Mayanite series. So we are kind of creating things to be used later on for the bigger picture here. This little area that you're seeing, this walled-in area, is what I call the town of Regulation, and we'll get to that. You've probably seen the logo here on screen already, but this town of Regulation is basically a center point for a lot of the minigame maps. The story behind it, which I will reveal in these episodes that are released, is kind of pertaining to why there are different iterations, or like the same iteration across many different minigame maps that we create here. The minigame we're creating is going to be a little farther in a timeline, so it's going to be broken down. There won't be any fully structured buildings like what we're currently building. So just to give you an idea of, there will be a time frame that we're seeing throughout the series, so more on that later. But for now, let's get into who this is for. I've been trying to build stuff for the achievement hunters for a while, but with the company doing what, it happens, I've decided to go a different route and kind of split things up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able, this might be overzealous, but I would like to make maps for, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, RegulationPodcast. I would recommend them. They're ridiculously funny, and I just feel so comfortable listening to them. It's like I'm in the room with them. It's a great show. You really should go check it out. Besides that point, not trying to promote, this map is just something that I wanted to do to give back to them because they've entertained me for so many years already. So in this town of Regulation, we have a few different buildings that we need to create. And like I said, most of these buildings will be seen throughout the series, so we're kind of creating stuff for later on. But we don't really have to think too much into that just yet. I kind of have ideas, but I don't think I'm going to follow through exactly with them yet. In this episode, we're going to be building one of the 6 buildings, I believe is what we're going to make here. 6 different buildings, I should say. This one is the Church of the Emerald is what we are currently building. We have quite a few different ideas for what we wanted, but I think I settled on one that I ended up really liking. Took a lot of thinking. I'm not really great with building buildings. It's something I like to do in Minecraft, but the detail and design I never really get too far into. So I'm excited to start experimenting with what I can do in Minecraft for visuals. And I lean more towards the realistic side, the realism side. I don't really like floating blocks, so we're going to try as much as possible to make it look good, but you can only do so much with a pixel grid system. So I had quite a bit of fun making this map. The outside ring you can walk through. You can traverse throughout the entire ring. The turret and towers also have access to the top, so you can kind of wander the entire ring of this town here. So for the other buildings that we are going to be making, this one being the first, we have a tower, so a magical tower that we need to build, kind of like a wizard's tower. We have a farm, a butcher, a bakery, an armor or weaponsmith, and a general store. So actually we have 7 buildings. So out of these are kind of required for the main series here. And these are the main buildings that we will be seeing throughout every different map. We'll kind of copy, paste, modify depending on what storyline what we want to do. So I'm kind of molding things as we go. Nothing is fully fleshed out. I just have the main things I have are beginning and end points. I have main points that I kind of want to follow, but it's a very loose plan. So you guys have a lot of influence on what's going to happen later in this series. I am really releasing this stuff because I do need help to a degree. It's been 10 years that I've started building stuff, and I'm kind of tired of just relying on myself to be the feedback. So I'm hoping it's good feedback. I do accept bad, but if you're trolling, none of that here. Honest feedback only, please. So the church here, I really wanted to keep more of like a medieval style, kind of like the walls and turrets we got going on. But I really had problems with trying to figure out size. Size was a weird thing for me. I really like building big buildings, but they're unnecessary. They feel really empty after you start putting things in it and the ceiling is 40 blocks tall, you know? And then what do you make other rooms? Do you make it full? These are the kind of problems I have with. I just get so lost with what I could do. I don't know what to do. I am planning on streaming some of these. I don't really have the capability, and honestly, I'm a little nervous to stream, so. I ended up really liking the roof in this. I was taking some ideas from other pictures online. It really wasn't. I was just kind of like trying to understand design-wise how I would do this. Like I said, I'm not really good at building structural, but I want it to be more realistic in the build, so it's a few different designs mashed together to try and get something that I like. Which I think I achieved that. I like this. Let's go into a little bit about the Church of the Emerald and how it kind of came about. It was originally an idea that my friends and I had when we were playing Minecraft, and we took over a village, and it had like a building that kind of resembled a church. I think it was just basic Minecraft. It may have been modded. I played so much I really don't know anymore. But it was basically came about when we're like, we want to build general buildings that you find in cities for the townspeople, and we came across, well, most towns have churches, so, what do they worship? And for some reason, we came up with emeralds. I think it's because that's what they trade with. So that's where the idea came from, but I have morphed it now into something that is tailored for the series. There's a whole religion behind the emerald, and people believe it gives them powers and whatnot, which we'll find out, but there are certain aspects of the church that play into the main story. I don't want to give anything away, because, what's the fun in that? Gotta hold something. This specifically won't be the only church that we see. There will be many variations of emerald churches. I really wish we had some kind of lighting source that wasn't like blocked if you put certain things over it or blocks over it. Like, sometimes I just don't want to see the light, but I want the lighting of it. I don't know if there's anything in Minecraft. I know you can do commands and stuff, but I'm not trying to throw a bunch of random entities around. So lighting is kind of challenging as well for me, but I found ways to get around it, as you'll see in here, to more so hide the light itself than just kind of show it in broad daylight. So I was really trying to decide how tall I wanted this room, what I wanted this room to be. I really just decided to stick with stone. It didn't really make sense to make it wood all the way through. I think this turned out really nice, as you'll see in the end. It might be a little overboard. I try to stick with like certain colors or themes. I try to stick with certain colors or themes, but it's hard with all of the different blocks and faces that they have, especially if it's oriented certain ways, or it can be oriented certain ways. I was going to originally make multiple rooms in this church, but I really didn't want to overdo it. I really wanted to keep it simple, this most simple as possible. I also didn't really know how to make it function. That was another problem, was I didn't know how to make it function and look good at the same time, so I'm still learning. If you are enjoying this, please let me know by leaving a like on this video, either on YouTube or Patreon. It really helps me understand whether or not people like what I'm putting out there, so. I'm actually not sure why my character skin didn't show on this. It was on my screen, that's me playing, so it was fine. Like, I had my skin on my screen, but for some reason the recording screen did not have my skin. I don't really know why the account couldn't, like, connect to servers, maybe? I'm not sure, but I could connect online, so it is a LAN. Maybe that was why. So I think this area for the main series, to give you an idea of what this building is going to be used for, I think it's going to be for collectibles. So I was going to build like a library, but I think with the books that you'll see later on that I put in here, we'll kind of make this into the library where you can return books that you find out in the world when exploring. That's one of the main collectibles that I'll have, are just books that you can bring back to the library. It'll give you an incentive for doing so, and maybe even better upgrades to something. I'm not sure. I think what I wanted to do was make this as a it was gonna be like a trade system, but so like you would give him a book, he would give you an item after a certain amount of books. But I'm not sure if I want to go that route specifically. I might just have it like, because you have enchanted books for like weapons and armor and stuff, and then you can just have whatever books that I make personally. It could do both. I'm just really unsure. I was gonna say like weapons and enchanted stuff could come here, then you can, it's basically like a library where you can just buy another copy. But I think I want to do the enchanted stuff over at the Wizard's Tower, and kind of do it that way. I don't know what to do with it yet. Maybe you guys can help me out on that one. I did eventually end up changing the windows you'll see at the end. I wanted to keep them purple and green like my channel colors, but it just wasn't working, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep this as their world, not influence it by my stuff. So I basically just changed the purple with the lime green that you'll see later on. I don't think I actually show me changing it, so. I originally started with a one wide walkway, but I kept hitting stairs as I would walk past these, so I just could not handle it, and I widened it up to 2 after a minute here. A while back, I did figure out how to get lighting in like a carpeted area that works out very well, and that's to make a hole in the ground, put a torch in, and just pop a carpet on top of it. You can apparently place carpet on top of a torch, so it's really nice for lighting aesthetics, but you require carpet there, so it's a little difficult in most places to achieve this for lighting. I didn't want to overcrowd the sides of the building either, so we will be going back through it and kind of destroying it to show decay, to show years of wear and tear. That'll probably be a different episode. I think we're going to build everything first, so we'll get through that part. So we'll build the 7 buildings, 6 now, and we'll kind of make an episode just tearing them down a little bit for the Regulation Gladiators map here. So here we have it, the Church of the Emerald. It came out really well. I am very satisfied with how it looks. I definitely like the tower in the front. I'm not sure if I want to put a bell in it or not. I'm thinking against it just because I don't think it'll look right. As you can see, I did change the windows. I went with the lime green. As much as I wanted to do the purple, I kept it out. If you did enjoy, please leave a comment. If you got any suggestions, I'm open to anything at this point. Obviously within reason. No need to be mean. If you want to check out anything else, head over to my YouTube. If you want more, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye. P.S. Regulation Podcast, please don't sue me.